Who do you think should pay on a first date, men or women? The man or the woman? Here, you start, actually. Go ahead.
My bias is men, but I don't really have any good arguments for or against that, so I can't.
Your bias is for men. Okay, but you're a feminist. What about you?
My bias is for men, and if he doesn't want to, then I'll pay for my food.
And what? Never see him again?
I probably won't, unless he was really amazing. But that's not just a made-up concept in my head that like, oh, people should be buying me food. But like my family has always told me since I was like 6 years old that a man who's going to take care of me and want to marry me, he's going to want to completely take care of me.
Okay, what about you?
I think whoever asks.
Have you ever asked a guy out?
Yeah.
More often than not, are you asking guys out more often, or is the guy asking you out more often?
Well, I get asked out more often, but
do you think that's all? Do you think most women, that's the case for them too?
I mean,
most women don't ask men out, or it's very rare.
I mean, yeah, it's
okay.
like traditional.
Well, yeah. So I mean, whoever asks should pay.
I would prefer like it's nice to have someone like to be taken care of in that way.
Let's say you go on a date with a guy. He asks to split the bill, or he says we should split the bill. Will there be a second date? If I did that to them, I would feel it just feels like low effort. That's my issue with it. Okay, what about you?
I think, what she said about whoever asks whoever first, but to be honest, like, I love spoiling my man. So a lot of the time, like, I'll plan like a dinner reservation and I'll
First date. I'm talking about first date.
First date? Yeah, whoever asks whoever.
Have you ever asked a guy out on the first date?
Actually I haven't, but I have paid for the bill before.
It's very convenient that women say whoever asks should pay when women don't ask men out on first dates.
They do. I've asked so many.
But I
generally speaking,
so.
men are the initiators. Like generally speaking. So your answer, I don't necessarily object.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's just fact.
But
there's no way to like gather
there is maybe a way we can gather more info on this. Would you be more likely to go out with a man who took you to do something free than somebody who same guy?
Yeah.
Same guy. Hang on. Same exact guy though, right? Let's say has all the same quality, same quality, same everything. Offers to take you to do something which requires money. Which thing would you rather do? Probably. Would you say?
What's the things?
Well,
Go ahead.
I have like standards with dating. I want someone who has a job and a car. So if they have like a job and a car, and they're they're just polite people, polite men, they're gonna probably ask me out on the date, and then.
No, that's not what I'm asking though. What I'm asking is, do you think that you would be more likely to do something that's free with the person who asked you out on the first date?
Not more likely, no. I have to be honest.
Right?
No, it's just it's low effort. Like it's the effort that you know what I mean? I don't know. I appreciate effort and things like that.
You said that it's my opinion that men are more likely to initiate first dates. Do you actually think that that's not a fact?
I think
broadly speaking, of all the first dates that have ever occurred, do you think that is just merely opinion?
I mean,
but you admitted earlier with the words that came out of your mouth, you said more often than not, the men are asking you out on first dates.
Yeah.
So it's not just merely my opinion, it's your very own firsthand experience.
But everyone it's just experience.
I would argue that.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you're right.
Here, let's go around the table then. We have 7 women here. More often than not, who is taking the initiative when it comes to asking for the first date?
Men with me personally.
With you. What about for you?
Men.
Please speak into the mics, guys.
Men.
Okay. So I think I forgot if we left off with you as far as who should pay for the first date. I guess my question to you guys who consider yourself feminist, how do you reconcile being a feminist, believing in gender equality, perhaps even doing away with gender roles, but also demanding that men pay for first dates, or even wanting men to pay for first dates?
Oh, I've never demanded that. I've actually.
No.
Well, these girls, all three of you said all three of you said that you want the man to pay on the first date.
No, I
Not
didn't say
demand.
that.
Okay,
I said
remove
whoever
demand
asked.
from it. You want men to pay for the first dates. How do you reconcile being a feminist, believing in gender equality, but also wanting men to pay for first dates? That's a gender role. Go ahead.
I think I would want it if any partner, like any gender, were to ask me out on a date, and
I agree with
you know,
that as
I
well.
would like to feel like I'm taken care of or thought of. But if we talk about it, like we have a strong connection, and they tell me their situation, they're not able to pay for the first date, but we have like a really good connection, then I would pay for the date and then still want to see them afterwards. If someone were to just like leave me with the bill or something like that, or like be like, can we split the bill? It just makes me feel like they're not going to be able to take care of me if I need it. And like, it's not the biggest priority for me, but it's definitely a green flag for my partner to want to pay for the first date.
Okay.
I feel like it's okay to be a feminist and want to be taken care of as well.
It just logically doesn't make sense to me.
I understand your viewpoint, but I just think that I can have my own.
You want the sexes to be equal in their roles and responsibilities, but you also want the man to take a more traditional role and take care of you and be that masculine role.
It's not traditional though. I don't
It
date
is traditional.
It's totally
I-
traditional.
well,
roles.
It's totally traditional gender roles for a
but
man to pay for the
Traditional.
first date.
I don't. I just don't. Most of the men who ask me out on dates are not even traditional.
And they probably still pay for first dates. They're
Yeah,
still
right.
they're
Yeah.
still
Taking the role
adhering.
as
And
a
and if they
traditional
don't ask, if we're in a if I'm on Tinder and there's a whole conversation going on, they haven't asked for a date.
Thank you for the gifted 20 memberships. Go ahead.
They haven't asked for a date, and we are vibing. I'm gonna ask them out, and that's happened a few times. But more likely, men will ask me out on the date first. That's just their.
Wait, out of curiosity, when you ask guys out on dates, do you want them to pay, or do you pay, or how do you do that?
I don't like spending money. Like and
Wait, so you ask them out on a date and then you're hoping that they're gonna pay for it?
no, I don't hope that they're gonna pay
Do
for
you
it.
guys do you guys like talk about it beforehand, or
Yeah, like I will literally ask for, because
like you'll be like, hey, should we split this? Or like,
no, I won't. If I ask someone out on a date, I'm not gonna ask them to split because that's so low effort and weird.
So do you pay for it?
Yes, I will pay for a date.
Okay.
If I ask someone out on a date, I'm gonna pay for the full thing.
Gotcha.
I'm actually curious,
Like-
so has it ever happened where you've asked a man on a date and then gone out and paid for the entire date? Even one
I
time?
try. I really try to keep it, because yeah, it does happen. But I really try. I'm like, I will say, I asked, so I would prefer to pay. You could pay. You could do it next time or something like that.
That has actually happened.
Yes, because a lot of men do insist on paying. But like, if I offer to pay for a date, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, like okay, you know.
It just
And
occurs to me.
I would be like, in my head, I'm like, oh, like I should, but no. If I
I feel
ask,
like there's a smuggle here. What I'm asking specifically not is if you would offer to do so. I'm asking if you've asked a man out on a date and then actually paid for the whole date.
yes, I just said
You
that,
have.
but I don't.
Okay.
What's the point? What are you implying?
Well,
implying anything. He's just asking.
I'm just
a question.
asking.
Oh,
it just
yes.
It just seems. I don't know. It just seems unlikely.
I don't
actually-
know why it seems unlikely though, because
You
like,
don't know why that seems unlikely, really?
well, I make money.
It's
I make
happened
enough money to.
Modest Hikima donated $500.